I can't see anything, Matt, so you're going to have to go with as much as you can.
Yeah, you're gonna move over here. Alright, we're out here at Springfield North for your Centerville Elks varsity football team is taking on the North Panthers. Just took the kickoff.
Onside kick by Kitzler. Number 9, Tim Anthony recovers for North.
Bounced around a bit. A few players here and there. It was finally recovered by number 9, Tim Yancey, for the Panthers. So the Elks starting off things.
And the Panthers take over 1st and 10. 48.
Mishandled a kick and North recovered it deep into their own territory. He's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the North High Panthers early on in this first quarter, and that's to North advantage because they will be receiving for halftime as well. So we're going to have to see with this Panther. Left and right in the last couple of weeks, and you know they've had a good couple of weeks the last couple of times shutting down Fairborn. They've only allowed 6 points against Fairmont, and they only allowed 13 points against Beaver Creek last week in the homecoming game. So that defense playing very, very well. They've also been scoring here and there. They've been scoring on defense as well as in the offense, and we're going to have a timeout right here on the field. I believe it's going to be called by North.
First down for North.
And
from the 48.
he's a very, very athletic guy. As Myers takes a snap, he's rolling out to the far side of the field. He's looking downfield for someone to pass to. Fires the pass over the middle of the field, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Ben Ailes. Ailes with good coverage there, just couldn't get to it. Myers underthrew his receiver, Joey Davis, downfield. Davis about the 11-yard line. And Ailes almost there to pick it off. He just could not get to it in time.
Matty, I've been just noticing some of these field goals. I'm not sure if the rain in the past weeks has totally filled up, but there seems to be a lot of open patching ground. That could have played a factor in Ben tripping up there going towards that ball.
As Myers is under center right now, takes a snap, hands the ball off to Clayton Grimm. Grimm finds a hole in the offensive line. He's quickly wrapped up after a gain of 5 yards on the play. Brought down by the Centerville Elk defense. And Clayton Grimm ran all over the Elks last year. I do believe he had a few touchdowns last year. And they were both very, very long runs. So, you know, we're going to be looking for the Elks defense to try and stop him this year and not give him as much room as they did last year. As North is going to line up with 2 in the backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 on each side of the field. Joey Davis on the near side. The ball is handed off to number 2 for the North Panthers, and he's stopped just short of the first down marker. That is Raymond Kemp. He's not going to get enough. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Panthers, and it looks like there's no personnel change, and they're going to think about going for it on this one.
Yeah, this team seems to be coming out. North team, excuse me, thank you. Comes out pumped up and ready to take on the ball on the offensive side.
4th and 2 from the 40.
Showing so far, you know, the most spurt out of their team off the start.
The ball's handed off to Joey Davis. Davis trying to get that first down, and he has muscle out of bounds by J.D. Kennard. Kennard bringing him down. It looks like it's going to be just shy of the first down marker. However, we're going to have to see what the spot of the ball from the officials is going to be. That's going to depend on whether or not the North High Panthers are going to get the first down on that run. And they're going to bring the chains out onto the field to see whether or not Joey Davis got enough yardage for the first down.
Elks football on 101.5 is brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon. The One Stop Auto Salon is located on State Route 48 in the heart of Centerville, behind the Women's Air and Space Museum. One Stop Auto Salon specializes in auto detailing, aftermarket performance parts, aftermarket styling, and One Stop Auto Salon.
2 wide out. Split off far side of the field. Ray Houston going back in the backfield with Jason Griffith in the tight end position, and the Elks offense gonna be looking to keep up the momentum that they've had the last couple of weeks. As Hawk takes a snap, takes a quick step back in the pocket, fires the pass out to the far side sideline. It's going to be well short of J.D. Kennard. Kennard standing almost all alone, the only man within 5 yards of him, and Hawk underthrew there in that play.
A little miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. I'm not sure who's part of it, who screwed up there, but just wasn't a real well-executed play from the Elks. They need to make up for those mistakes. I know the coaches all week have pumped. If you're not playing better, you're not playing hard at all. So.
Yes, the Elk coaches have been stating that if you're not getting better, you are getting worse. As Hawk kicks the ball out to the near side sideline to Nick Redlin. Redlin knocked out of bounds on a hard hit, but not after a gain of about 4 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up I believe, a 3rd and 6 for the Elks. The Elks are looking to convert this one. They're going to go 3 and out on their first possession of the game.
Not the Elk offense that we've seen in the past couple of weeks. They've usually come out strong and played very well. So far, they've not done much with the ball. It's the same on the defensive side. They did stop the drive, but I'll tell you what, Springfield came out strong and looked to be wanting to push the ball.
As Foulk takes his snap, drops way back in the pocket, and he does throw a pass out of the near far side of the field to Ray Huston. Huston makes the catch, cuts back up the middle of the field. He's still on his feet, and he's tripped up, and it looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down, about a yard short. So we're going to have to see if the Elks are going to go for it on this one. We're going to punt this away. There have been no personnel changes as of yet, so it looks like the Elks are going to go for this one. They're going to be about a yard shy of the first down. As Huston just got tripped up before he could get across the first down marker, as it looks like the punting team's going to come out on the field.
Kennard goes into
Number 55, Zac Elcess is going to get a ripping for that one. Huston ran right into him, dropped him flat down. Big screw up on the Elk offense.
And Kennard has a nice kick, and he drives Raymond Kemp all the way back to his own 8-yard line. Bobbles the kick. Delaney on the ball, and he recovers at the 8-yard line. So the Elks special teams coming up real big right here, as they capitalized right there on a mishandle by Raymond Kemp for the North High special teams unit right there. Kennard let go a great kick. That was almost 40-plus yards on the kick. So the Elks, they have mistakes here and there, but they are getting themselves finding ways to get themselves out of it.
That's going to help the Elk motivation back in the next game. They really need to have that little good start to get them going throughout the night. They can't be shut down early.
That's right, man. Now we're going to have Josh Carpenter in motion. The ball is given to Huston. Huston trying to run out the near side, feeling he's tripped up before he can even reach the line of scrimmage. Looks like number 56 to make the stop for the Panthers, Aaron Easter. As Huston not starting off the well quite like he would like to. Huston coming in tonight with 1,176 rushing yards. That's third in the Dayton area, only behind Brewer and another player from a smaller Division II school. So Huston has been doing well all year long.
Yeah, so far this year, Houston's averaged 176 yards per game and 2 touchdowns per game. And that seems kind of not as exciting. He's had some big games.
As the ball's handed off to Redlin, Redlin goes right up the gut of the Panther defense and down to the end zone for a touchdown for the Elks. So the Elks offense not getting it done on the first drive, or on the first possession there, and they get it back off of a great play by their special teams, and then capitalize on that one, punch it in the end zone from 8 yards out to make it 6-0. in the early going of this first quarter, and that's what we like to see from the Elk offense. Early on, just getting it done and putting the ball in the end zone.
No hesitation. They were going to get the ball in the end zone and get it done. Excellent job by Elk offense.
As Nugent's point after attempt is up, and it is good. So Nugent puts the Elks up by a score of 7-0 with 9:06 remaining in this first quarter play. The Elks looked a little bit shaky coming out on the start. They did bobble the opening kickoff, which mistakes here and here. That's not what the Elk coaches want to see, but they did capitalize on that last play.
Listen to Stacy and Kyle, the different time this Saturday from 3 to 6. Continue the best modern and classic rock and football. 11.5 WCW.
And the Elks would like to go 4-0 in the WOL here tonight. As this Panther team has surprised many people this year. They have come out and played fairly well in the early going of the season.
Tonight's going to be the Elks' last big practice before these next 2 Fridays coming up against Wayne and Springfield South. Those are going to be the Elks' tough games. They need to play well tonight. They need to show that they can play a mistake-free football. So far, it hasn't happened, but they need to keep going.
As Kennard's kick floats out of bounds, and there's a penalty flag on the play. And looks like the officials are going to call that one offsides. Looks like one of the Elks' special teamers was a little bit ahead of Kennard before he kicked that one away. So it's going to be the Elks back to their own 35-yard line. I think he kept booting. He put a number of kickoffs back in the end zone for touchbacks, so probably getting him a little bit of a rest this week.
We can't have 2 big Nugents be stars of the week for the Elks.
That's right.
Brother Kevin Nugent showing his soccer skills last night. Centerville Carroll game, big game for Centerville soccer, winning 3-1 over Carroll, number 1 in the area and number 4 in the state, I believe.
That's right. As the kick floats over the far side, caught by Ty Myers. Ty Myers trying to look up for some room up the middle of the field, and he's brought down right about the 33-yard line by the special teams. And Ty Myers, quite a big guy, athlete. He can jump, he can run, he can do it all. So definitely having him back there leading this North team this year has helped them out. as North's going to line up with one wideout, split out wide on the far side of the field. The ball's given to Clayton Brim. Brim trying to find some room. He's tripped up by Rob Baumann. Rob Baumann wouldn't let go of his leg and just dragged him down for a loss of, I believe, about a yard on the play. Baumann doing a good job there, grabbing Brim's leg and not letting go. Just going into the ground.
8:40 clock ticking right here in the first quarter.
Loss of 1 at 7-11 from the 32.
The Elks started off a little rough. Playing a little bit better now, getting a couple points on the board. Hopefully they can stay throughout the rest of the game and stay free.
And North's going to line up with two wideouts, one on each side of the field. The ball is handed off to Clayton Brim. Brim finds a hole. Oh, he fakes the ball to Brim, and it's almost picked off downfield by Mike Delaney for the Elk defense. And not a bad job there by Myers. Taking the handoff to Brim. Brim out of midfield, and Myers just had to go downfield. It was just out of reach of Mike Delaney. Delaney almost picked up the pick. So Myers with dangerous passes tonight, not allowing the, not giving his receivers a chance to get in this game.
The Elk defensive back doing an outstanding job of coverage so far. I think that's the one part of the Elk defense we've seen. Covering so far in the past, they've been well. Every play's been well covered and almost an interception 2 times at least now.
And Myers takes a snap. He's dropping back in the pocket. And he throws a little swing pass to Kemp, who's it's just out of his reach at about the 28-yard line. Myers getting rushed by a number of Elk players there. Nick Kapuska and I believe Rob Baumann and Dan Braner all in to put some pressure on Myers, and that's going to bring up a fourth down at 11 for the Panthers. They're going to have to punt this one away with 8:11 left in this first quarter play.
Elks football on 115 is brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon. One Stop Auto Salon is located in State Route 48. Space Music.
Punt is up. It's not a bad punt. It floats out to the near side of the field, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. He's going to let that one go on about the 35-yard line. Not a bad punt there by Kyle Bacon. That one traveled about 30-plus yards. And the Elks will start more explosiveness out of them, but playing fairly well at the start. As the Elks line up with 3 wideouts, 2 on the far side of the field, 1 on the near side, and Ray Houston, the lone back for the Elks. Hawks calling his shots. Steps under center now. And Carpenter goes into motion. The ball given to Houston. Houston finds a hole right in the offensive line, and he is quickly muscled down by Ty Myers, but not after a gain of about 8 yards on the play. Houston refusing to go down. Myers had to give everything he had to try and put him to the turf.
Houston, big guy, but Myers, huge guy. And Houston showing never to give up Centerville Elks' attitude, driving and driving to pick up those 8 yards. Make a 2nd and 2 situation with 7:41.
As Ryan Hawk steps under center, there's 2 wideouts, 1 on each side of the field. Carpenter goes into motion on the far side of the field. The ball's given to Houston. Houston gets enough for the first down. Stumbles a bit. He's still on his feet. Has a ton of room in the middle of the field. Cuts up to the far side of the field. Looks like he's going to have enough room to make his way all the way to the end zone for the score for the Elks. So Houston, on the first couple carries of the game, getting tripped up here and there, not getting what he'd like to, just came out with a 54-yard touchdown run on that last play. Houston looked like he was going to fall and stumble a little bit on the middle of the field, but didn't go down. Cut out to the far side of the field, had all of the time in the world. He had the entire field to work with, and just ran that one in for a score for the Elks.
That's more like the Elks football we've been seeing in the past couple of weeks here. The just non-stop, they're all over the place, just juking the defensive players left and right, getting down the field for the touchdown.
As Nugent's going to come out to take the extra point, and it is up and good. So the Elks score points. He's going to paper. The columnist did say that the Elks not doing anything near that. The Fairburn coach who lost 70-0 to the Elks did comment that if his players aren't making the plays and aren't getting it done, what more can you say about that? Bob Gregg is not doing anything on the other sideline to try and run up the score. As Kennard's kick is going to be a good kick. It's sort of a line drive, driving Bacon all the way back into his own end zone, and that's going to be a touchback for the North Panthers. So Kennard kicked quite a line drive, and Bacon lost his footing last week. That's right. The field does look like it's a little bit soft. It didn't look that bad from up here in the box, but when you do get out on the field, it's tough to keep your footing out on that soft kind of turf. As Myers takes a snap, hands the ball off to Brim. Brim quickly wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by a number of Elk defenders back there. Bill Allison, Terry Tamaska, and a number of others back to make the play behind the line of scrimmage for the Elks. So the Elk defense coming up big right there.
Listen to Paul and Ryan before you watch the first game of the World Series on Saturday night. Hearing the best of modern classic rock, 6 to 8, only on 101.5 W.
And North's going to come to the line. Two wideouts, one on each side of the field. Number 7, Joey Davis standing out on the far side. Eli Williams on the near side sideline for the Northside Panthers. As Bryn gets the ball, breaks up the middle of the field, and he's tripped up at about the 26-yard line of North. So the Elk defense have a little mental lapse right there, letting Bryn get back the yardage that they just tacked on.
Number 34, AJ Hawk there, wrapping up, make the final tackle there. AJ Hawk, outstanding leader in the defensive team, only a freshman, a little brother to Ryan Hawk. Showing excellent first year for this young player.
As Raymond Kemp is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by Chris Mitchell, wearing the number 51. Mitchell busted right off that line into the backfield and brought down Kemp, who had nowhere to go, as he was met immediately as soon as he got the ball by Chris Mitchell. He's a freshman on the sophomore, on the squad, but he is one of the biggest hitters out there on the field for the Elks. You tell him what to do, he'll get it done. As the Panthers are going to punt this one away, Kyle Bacon back to punt it away for the Panthers. Griffith at about the 45-yard line for the Elks, and the officials are going to wave this one.
Defensive team.
That's right. Only a freshman. We can't imagine what's going to come for the next 3 years for AJ Hawk, as there's a low, wobbly kick. It's going to bounce at about the 49-yard line, and Griffith's going to let that one roll all the way to the Elks 39-yard line, where it's down by Raymond Kemp. So
that was not a play that was intended to pick up 54 yards. He stumbled here and there, and it just wasn't intended to get that done, but he put it in the end zone for the score.
As Hawk has Redlin in motion, the ball given to Houston. He fakes the ball to Houston. Hawk throws a pass over the middle of the field. It's going to be out of the reach of Josh Carpenter. Man, these quarterbacks here are doing a great job of faking the ball there. For me, left and right up here in the booth. As Hawk faked that one to Houston. Houston doing a good job of faking out to deep. But Hawk's pass a little bit off the mark. Hawk has been off the mark on his first 2 passes of the night.
Excellent job by the quarterbacks to fake the ball off the hand up, as you said. So far, not any major connections by either quarterback. Lots of open players, but they just haven't been hitting.
That's right, as Ailes goes into motion to the far side of the field. Hawk rolling out to the far side of the field, looking to pitch to Ailes. He decides to give himself, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by Brent Upshaw of the North Panthers. So Hawk didn't have much.
Keep at least where he was at.
5:08 remaining in this first quarter. The Elks are faced with a 3rd and 10 on their own 40-yard line. As Hawk drops way back in the pocket, throws a little swing pass out to Houston on the far side of the field. Houston has a little bit of room to work with, and he gets enough for the first down. He's brought down about the North 46-yard line, except there is a flag on the play. Possibly something on the Elks. Houston had a little bit of room, but he did receive a block from one of the other Elk players out there. It could have been something of an illegal block or a clip or something. And it is going to be a clip against the Elks. The Elks finally getting their offense to work right there.
These mistakes. This is their last, as I said, big practice before they head out to South next week.
That's right, and play stopped short before they even get underway. Number 72, it looks like Eric Terrell for the North Panthers jumped a little bit offsides, and that's what the officials are going to signal. So instead of being a 3rd and 20 for the Elks, it's going to be a 3rd and 15. That's still quite a bit of ways to go, as there's only 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. The Elks are up by a score of 14-0, scoring off a long run from Houston and a short one by Redlin. So the Elks offense getting it done on the ground tonight. And Hawk's going to have 2 wideouts, 1 split on each side of the field. Kennard on the near side, William playing split on the far side. Hawk drops deep back in the pocket. He's looking to pass over the middle of the field, and he does. He lost the pass up to Redlin, who's wide open, in and out of his hands, at about the 29-yard line. Redlin was all alone. The only man close to him, Raymond Kemp, was about 10 yards away. Redlin stuck out that one right hand and tried to haul it in. He could not quite do it. So the Elks offense coming up short once again, as it looks like Nugent's going to come in to punt this one away for the Elks.
That was so close on Redlin's part. Lots of effort there. Just a few steps short of the ball. It was an excellent effort, diving catch for that.
As Nugent sent a little punt to Kemp, who feels it about the 30-yard line. Avoids 2 tackles, breaks out the first down. DeVito, he brings it out of bounds to the 45-yard line. And a number of kick out on the field. Look like Myers is going to strip his stuff out on the field here, and he's got 2 wideouts, 1 on each side of the field. Myers takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Bryn, pitches out to Kemp. Kemp trying to run out to the far side of the field, almost tripped up by Ailes. He makes his way out to the far side sideline, but he's only getting a gain of about 3 yards. He's going to be stopped just before the midfield stripe. And Ailes almost making a tackle behind the line of scrimmage for the Elks, just barely missing his feet. as Kemp trying to make his way out to the far sideline.
Kemp, just pure speed out of this boy. He is running all over the Elk defensive team just because he's pure faster than Kennard. Ailes missed that by just about one step. Kemp is averaging 93 yards per game this year. He's just pure speed. I'm surprised he doesn't have more than that.
As Brim takes the handoff, he's wrapped up quickly by the Elk defense behind the line of scrimmage, actually, and it's going to be dropped for a loss of about 3 yards on the play. The Elk defense doing a good job reading that play and clogging up the middle, so Brim had nowhere to run to. As North is going to be faced with their third and I believe about 11 on the play, with 3:22 remaining in this first quarter, as the Elks are up by a score of 14-0. I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of passing play out of North right now, as Myers looks like he's got a pretty strong arm. Might look a little bit farther downfield as he takes a snap, takes a handoff. He's going to be pressured in the pocket by Mitchell, and Mitchell tackles him as he tries to throw the ball away, and it looks like the ball's going to be fumbled a bit. And we're not sure quite yet what the call is.
There's a flag all over the play on that one, but the ball did end up in Elk's hands, but
not too sure what the flag's going to be about. Mitchell had his arms around Myers' legs. Meyer trying to throw that one away. And the only man in the vicinity was number 76, Paul Lebo, and possibly some type of, illegal. He tried to catch that one himself, and he's not really a receiver standing downfield, one of the linemen for the Panthers, and it could be some type of penalty on the Panthers.
I'll tell you what, Chris, laying a hard hit there on the quarterback. He was trying to get rid of the ball. The ball was a little loose, but he hit him pretty hard on that, making up for the Sam block, smashing. I'm surprised Sam is still walking. He got hit.
As we're still waiting from the word from the officials, as there has no.
They've walked between the 35 and the 40-yard line back and forth 10 times.
And there's an illegal pass play by Ty Myers, and that one I believe is going to be declined by the Elks, because that's going to bring up a third and I believe a fourth and about 11 on the play anyway, so they're still going to have to punt this one away to the Elks. Griffith standing back in Elk territory awaiting this kick, as it looks like Kyle Bacon is waiting to kick this one away for the Panthers.
What a wonderful way to show your support for Centerville High School. Becoming a WCWT donor. For more information, call the WCWT office staff at 439-3558. It's 439-3558.
And the officials stopped the play once again, as they are still discussing. If I could speak to that, that'd be really great. They're discussing things out on the field. Sorry, folks, you're going to have to bear with me.
Talking is a big key to radio these days, making sure that people can hear you because they can't see you.
That's right, I'm having a little bit of trouble pronouncing my words tonight. Just bear with me. I'm sure it'll get better as I get a little bit more practice throughout the night. And officials start the clock once again, and there's only 3 minutes remaining. First quarter, 14-0. Panthers are going to punt this one away on a 4th and 10 as Griffith awaits the kick from Kyle Bacon. It's going to be a low, wobbly kick, and it's going to bounce and roll all the way to the Elk 19-yard line, where it's going to be down there by Griffith to return one for some big yards.
Griffith, he's got the ability to do this. He needs to get things done.
Have seemed to have dampened any of that momentum as a weird squiggly kick out to the near side of the field. Griffith's going to let that one bounce out of bounds about the 20-yard line. Come back out on the field there in the wishbone formation. Huston, Kennard, and I believe Ailes in the backfield for the Elks, as Griffith goes into motion for the Elks. And Hawk takes the snap, gives the ball to Ailes. Ailes finds a hole in the offensive line. He's got the whole field of work. He's about the 40, the 30, the 20. It looks like he's going to get in the end zone for a touchdown for the Centerville Elks. Ailes coming off on the first play from the line of scrimmage and running a 70-yard touchdown run there for the Elks. I'm sorry, I had to do the math there really quick in my head, so it took me a little bit. But Ailes with a 70-yard touchdown run. So the Elks have been whipping on big play after big play throughout the entire season, not just tonight. 2 of their touchdowns coming off of the big runs from Huston. Huston running for 54 yards, Ailes running for 70 on that one. So the entire sideline. They have one in the end zone for the Elks.
Ben Ailes, this is your show, baby. You've been talking about it for weeks. wanting to put on a show on the offensive side of the ball, been playing excellent on the defensive side of the ball. He's given his chance to get some offensive play, and he's 7-0, but that can only last so long.
And just to get you tomorrow afternoon, your girls varsity soccer team events leave at 2 p.m. at the Centerville Soccer Stadium. So I do encourage you to go out and check that game out. As Kennard's kick drives number 9 all the way back at the end zone. Tim Yancey losing his footing once again. Joey Davis lost his footing on the last one. Tim Yancey right in the end zone, and that's going to be here tonight.
And the Elk kicker's excellent job. You know, that's a good, strong area to have. You know, a lot of people think a kicker wouldn't be a very key part of the team. I'll tell you what, you got 2 strong kickers that no matter what, if something happens, you can always get an extra one to back you up. That's an excellent thing to have. A kick can make a difference in a game.
That's right, as the snap is fumbled a bit by Myers, or excuse me, the exchange between Myers and Brim is fumbled, and the Elks defense coming up big, and they recovered the fumble on that play. It's going to put the Elks in a very, very good field position as they are going to start with a 1st and 10 on the north 17-yard line. So Myers and Brim have a little trouble, a little communication problem right there in the last handoff exchange, and the Elks defense coming up very, very big.
The Elks defense, that is true. They've come up big. They've shown last weeks they can come up big, get the fumble, get the touchdown, you know, intercept the ball. They've done an excellent job of causing the turnovers and getting the ball back in the offense's hands.
That's right. That's one thing that's impressed me in the past week is the Elks defense has been able to score. As Hawk takes a snap, rolling out to the far side of the field, fires a pass out to the near side, the far side sideline, caught by Kennard on the far side of the field, and he's trying to get into the end zone. No signal from the officials yet. They're going to call him down just shy of the goal line as he was taken out of bounds. Good play there by Hawk, rolling out to the far side of the field, fired a bullet out of the far side sideline to Kennard, who made the reception and ran about 5 yards before he was brought down. It's going to be a 1st and goal for the Elks with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You know, I'm noticing that for some reason it feels like we've been here for a whole half already. It's just 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Elks are up 21. Hopefully soon we'll nothing over Springfield's north. Just doing an excellent job.
The Elks are going to take a snap and that one right up to go to the north defense and get in for the score. So the Elks are going to go up by a score of 27-0 with 1:54 remaining in this first quarter of play. The Elks offense getting it done on the ground. We have not seen much out of Ryan Hawk in the passing attack. Hawk 0 for 2 on the night. Not connecting on a pass with Kennard. So, but this ground game is all night long. And Nugent's going to come out on the field to try this point after for the Elks. Because there's only 1:54 remaining in the first quarter, and Nugent's kick is up, and it is good once again. So Nugent puts the Elks up by a score of 28-0, with 1:54 remaining in this first quarter. In the state, also national ranking, where they stand in the nation in the last couple of years. But I'm sure they have moved up from their number 13 ranking in the last poll, as Nugent's going to get this one away for the Elks. He sends a high way back into the north end zone, so Tim Yancey didn't even have a chance on that one. Getting about 5 yards back in the end, slipping. The Panthers will start on their own 20-yard line with minute 52 as a pitch out to Joey Davis. Davis run out to the near side sideline. Falls out of bounds in the north 27-yard line. Davis looked like he had in front of the sideline.
It's brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon. The One Stop Auto Salon is located on State Route 48, right behind the Women's Air and Space Museum in Carter Center. As
Myers takes the snap, he gives the ball to Raymond Kemp. Kemp almost gets stripped of the ball, tries to make his way out the near side of the field. But not after he gets enough for the first down. So the Panther offense running for its first down of the evening as Kyle Bacon and Eli near side of the field position. 2 in the backfield for the Panthers. As Myers takes a snap, gives the ball to Davis. Davis wrapped up quickly on a line of scrimmage by the Elk defense. Looks like number 62 for the Elks. And there's only 49 seconds remaining as Myers takes a snap, pitches out to Kemp. Kemp trying to cut back up the middle of the field. He's quickly met by Griffith. Right as he crosses the line of scrimmage, we're going to get a gain of about 2 yards as time continues to kick off the clock with in the end of this first quarter of play as the Elks are up by a score of 28-0.
You know, Matt, despite the nice weather out here in Springfield, it's probably, I'd say, about 65 degrees. It's a clear sky. It's nice and, cool breeze. There are not many fans from north here at all. Quite a few Centerville fans made the trip, but overall in the stadium, there's not a whole lot of people out here. It's a gorgeous night for football, and many people are taking advantage of it.
And Myers takes that face hand off the brim, gives it to Kemp. Kemp trying to run out to the near side of the field. Has a little bit of room on the sidelines. Driven out of bounds by the Elk defense on a big hit. Knocked out by about the 43-yard line. Seconds in the first quarter. That's going to do it for this first quarter right here at Springfield North High School. You are listening to Centerville Elks football right here on WCWT 101.5.
The end of the first quarter.
Was that the official?
Did they say on
That there was 4 first and 10 for the Northside Panthers. As Rip just really wrapped up by the Centerville bench. That's going to bring close to the first quarter play right now. And you know why we had it's Saturday. As looks like the Panthers are going to take the field once again. Panthers got 2 wideouts split on the near side of the field. And he takes a snap, fires a pass on the near side. He's almost picked off by Ben Ailes, standing about the 40-yard line. Ailes a little bit mad at himself. Should have had that one. It looked like Myers just took a step back in the pocket.
person, doesn't have to be told by the coaches who's done something wrong. He knows.
And looks like the Panthers are going to have Kyle Bacon and Joey Davis split out wide of the near side of the field. 2 in the backfield. Ball given to Clayton Brim. Brim finds a hole in the offensive line. He's quickly tripped up after he crosses the line of scrimmage. It's going to be good for a gain of about 4 yards on the play. But that's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Panthers with 11:43 remaining in this first half.
On Tuesdays, make sure you turn your radio to 101.5 at 7 p.m. You get a double shot of your favorite band on 2 for Tuesday with Dean and Rachel only on 101.5 WCWT.
And it looks like the Panthers are going to go for this one as they've had no personnel change. They're probably thinking, what the heck, they got to try and get something started with their offense. As Myers takes a couple steps back in the pocket, looking downfield, decides to get himself, runs into Kapuska on the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, Joe. Yeah, that is Kapuska. Runs into him on the line of scrimmage, and he is brought down. And Myers not converting on that play. So we'll be playing on both sides of the ball, and that will prove to be a factor later on in this game as Hawk takes a snap. He's looking out to the far side of the field. He throws the pass out to just over the reach of Jason Griffith. Griffith couldn't quite get to that one. He's going to float out of bounds over his head at about the 32-yard line. So Hawk 0 of 3 on the night on the passing. Excuse me. He's connected on 1. He's 1 of 4 tonight.
Excellent catch there by O-line coach Ron Ellery on the sidelines. The Elks both passes on both sides of the ball for Springfield and Centerville. Just haven't been connected very well.
As Huston takes the ball from Hawk, he's rolling out to the far side of the field. He's running out to the far side of the field. Gets enough for the first time. Tries to cut back to the middle of the field. Still on his feet, avoiding one tackler after the other. And finally knocked out of bounds at the north 22-yard line. So Huston doing a good job right there, cutting back and forth across the field, trying to keep the defense guessing on what he was going to do, and he's finally driven out of bounds. Not after gaining around 20 yards on the play.
That was an outstanding job by Huston. He's shown his ability to do the middle of the field, but to work with the sideline there was an excellent job to keep himself in bounds and keep moving the ball towards the end zone.
That's right, as the Elks are going to line up with 2 wideouts on the near side of the field, Ailes and Kennard, and as Huston is in the backfield, Griffith going into motion for the Elks as Hawk takes a snap, looking out to the near side of the field, fires a pass to Kennard. Kennard makes the catch, and he is brought down just before he gets into the end zone. Kennard trying to make his way in the end zone, could not do it, stopped short just on the 1-yard line, but a good pass there by Ryan Hawk, finding Kennard cutting across the middle of the field.
Kennard stumbling around a bit until the referee came up to him. He's going to hobble off the field here and get a replacement for him. Kennard wants a touchdown tonight. That's the second time he's been stopped within inches of the goal. He wants a touchdown. I know he's going to go out and set up for the play, and I'm sure he'll be back in.
As Hawk has Ailes in motion, and one of the North players, I believe Ty Myers, jumps a little bit off sides before in formation with Griffith, Ailes, and Huston in the backfield. We might see Hawk keep it himself on this one. Try and punch it in the end zone on a QB sneak, however. He might look to be getting it to Huston as well as the ball is given to Huston. Huston just busts through the line and into the end zone for a score for the Centerville Elks. So Huston just shooting through the offensive line and muscling his way in the end zone for a score. So the Elks go by a score of 34-0 with 10:13 remaining in this first half of play. The Elks dominating on the off and actually both sides of the ball here tonight up at Springfield North. and getting the job done. It looks like they're starting to get some of their younger guys in, trying to get them, a little bit of playing time in there. Because that is what has been, valuable to the Elks from the season last year, as many of these players that are starting now got the varsity experience last year, as Nugent's point after attempt is going in through the uprights, and once again, he was 4 of 4 on the night, or excuse me, 5 of 5 on the night for the Elks. So the Elks are up by a score of 35-0 with 10:30, as after receive for the Panthers are Tim Yancey, Raymond Kemp, and Clayton Grimm. So they're away to kick from Nugent with 10:13 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, I'm going to look to see whether this side of the end zone is soggy as the other one. We'll see what happens. It's soggy. It's a little slippery. Don't make fun of my word choice. I liked it. It's a little wet, We'll see if they can get their field.
As Nugent has another nice kick, not going to quite get the end zone. A little miscommunication there by the North team. Tim Yancey fields the kick at about the 8-yard line. Avoids a couple of tacklers out on the near side of the field, but he is finally brought down by the Elk special teams at about the 18-yard line. There were about 5 Elk defenders right there on the near side sideline, waiting for Yancey as he broke around the corner. And it looks like Kennard's back into the game for the Elks, so he seems like he's fine. After that last play, he was a little bit shaky. And the Panthers are going to have a change of quarterbacks here on the play. It looks like Marcus Story is going to be in to do the quarterbacking for the Panthers, maybe giving Myers a little bit of a breather on this drive as the ball is handed off to Brim. Brim wrapped up on the on the line of scrimmage, and he's brought back for a loss.
Keep your reggae our way on 101.5.
As it looks like Story is going to have 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field. And he pitches the ball out to Raymond Kemp. Kemp cuts back up the middle of the field. He's wrapped up by A.J. Hawk. A.J. Hawk laying quite a hit on him at about the 20-yard line. And looks like he coughed up the ball on that hit from Hawk. So it's going to be Centerville Elk football on the north 20-yard line. Looks like A.J. is on his way to a 4th consecutive Defensive Back of the Week award, as he has been playing well week in and week out for the Centerville Elk squad.
It's absolutely amazing to me that we can see such athletic ability out of 2 young players, his brother, a junior, who played just, I wouldn't say as well, but played very good as a freshman on the varsity team. Excellent job by both of them.
As Hawk fakes the handoff, rolling out to the far side of the field, fires a pass out to Kennard, and he's going to make the catch at about the 2-yard line, but Kennard a little upset with himself, not being able to cut back up the field in the end zone. Only 2 yards away. He's been so close. That's the 3rd time he's almost been in the end zone, but not quite there. But he did make a good grab for the first down for the Centerville Elks. Going to bring up a 1st and goal with 9:09 remaining.
I think Kennard really wanted that touchdown once again, but I think he had just a little bit of area though that he thought he was going to be closer to the end, or closer to the out of bounds line than he was. I think he thought he could turn it up after he made the decision to go out.
As Carpenter goes into motion, ball given to Redlin. Redlin right up the middle of the field and into the end zone for another score for the Centerville Elks. Redlin just ducking his head down and going right into that big pack of North End Centerville Elk players right there. Made his way into the end zone. So the Elks go up by a score of 41-0 with 9:04 remaining in this first half of play. I'd just like to add on that last reception by Kennard. Kennard is averaging 4 receptions and 88 yards per game on the season. That's quite, I don't know what to say, but that's quite impressive actually. Out of one receiver to do that day in and day out for this Elk squad, as he has, as Nugent's kick is up and good once again. So he is 7 of 7 on the night point after attempts, as there's only 9:04. His kick will be Clayton Grimm wearing number 42, Joey Davis, Raymond Kemp, and also number 22 for the Panthers, Jonathan Glass, as Glass is going to field this one about the 2-yard, bobbles it a bit. It's going to be picked up by Kemp. Kemp going to try and find some room in the middle of the field. He's wrapped up by the Elks, the special teams unit, about the 12-yard line. 12-yard line. Sorry, I got a little excited there. Couldn't quite get the words out. As A.J. Hawk, I believe, the first one in there to make the hit for the Elks. Kemp looking.
It's unlucky size of the field. Just depends on where they're playing.
What you're talking about, and he'll hook you up with all kinds of stuff. As the Panthers are going to come back out onto the field, looks like Marcus Story still in at the quarterback position for the Panthers. He's got 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field. Ball's going to be handed off to Kemp. Kemp finds a hole on the offensive line and gets a gain of about 6 yards on the play now after he's tripped up right there by the defense. Looks like number 70, Bill Allison's going to make the stop for the Elks. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Panthers with 8:42 remaining.
You know, I'm thinking if you go in and tell them that Chipper Matt sent you from the 101.5 Elks football, I'm thinking he might give us discounts too.
That's right. So, you know, go in there and tell
I'm all about a discount. So, you know, go in and tell him we sent you.
As Kemp takes the pitch from Story, he's trying to find his room on the far side of the field. Gets enough for the first down. He's finally driven out of bounds by the Elk defense on the far side sideline at about the 35-yard line. It looks like, I believe, Vince Daver to make the stop for the Elks. Excuse me, Brandon Peck making a stop for the Elks. I believe some of the young players getting more playing time from the younger guys. Peck coming in for Griffith at the free safety position. And, yeah, the offense does not look too bad right now as they are moving the ball slowly but surely up the field.
They've been showing that they've been a little tired, you know, the past couple of drives. This time they're stepping up, maybe moving the ball a little bit.
As Story gives the ball to Raymond Kent, who's quickly wrapped up on the line of scrimmage, but he does get a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Kemp trying to find really right up the middle of the field, but it's not going to be there as the Elk defense quick to move right to that middle of the field and stop the running game.
Listen to Mike and Shane this weekend at a different time. It's a great show on the Beef, and that's only on the Beef that you're going to catch Mike and Shane. They will be nowhere else.
Story pitches the ball out to Davis. Davis kicked around a bit by the Elk defense. A.J. Hawk putting a hit on Davis as he gets a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up I believe, 3rd and 5 for the Panthers with 7:23 remaining. Hawk still playing a very, very good game here tonight.
This could be a very important first down. If they can get this for the Panthers, they don't get this, they could really be pretty much done for the entire game as far as their motivation. They're going to have nothing going into the second half.
As the Panthers are going to have 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field. Brent Upshaw on the near side, Eli Williams out on the far side. A little miscommunication there between Clayton Brim and Marcus Story on the line of scrimmage. The Elk defense quick to capitalize on that one, driving them behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 4th and 6 for the Panthers. No personnel change as of yet, so it looks like the Panthers are just going to go for that one, and they signal for a timeout on the play. The Panthers 7 with 6:24 remaining. Story's got 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field. Brim and Kemp in the backfield. As Story taking a step back in the pocket, overthrows the receiver, almost picked off by Jason Flowers from Centerville Elks. Another guy getting a little bit more playing time out there on the field for the Elks, and that's going to bring
more than anything in the whole world. He had a desperation leap to make that interception, but then play like that on the varsity, and it's a big thing, and he wanted it.
And the ball is given to Ray Houston. Houston run out to the far side of the field, has enough room, and he is dragged out of bounds by Brent Upshaw, but not after he got enough for the first down. Houston's going to be down at about the Springfield North 20-yard line. So good run there by Houston. Houston just not having enough speed to get by Upshaw, who a little quick to the ball right there on the far side of the field, but it is going to bring up a 1st down and 10 for the Elks.
Back to your comment about the miscommunication with the Panthers. They've been showing a lot of miscommunication as far as the kickoff return, the quarterback, and running backs. Lots of miscommunication. That can kill a team.
That's right, as Hawk takes a snap. Gives the ball to Houston. Houston trying to run right up the gut of the North defense. It's only going to be good for a gain of about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Elks with 5:50 remaining in this first half of play. The Elks up by a score of 42-0 as time winds down in this first half. And it looks like a number of other players are getting some playing time for the Elk offense. Frankie Robbins in at the wideout position for the Elks as Griffith and Robbins split out wide to the near side of the field. Houston still rolling back in the backfield for the Elks as Hawks changing the play a bit. He's got Carpenter in motion to the far side of the field. Ball given to Houston. Houston finds a hole in the line of scrimmage. He's trying to cut back in the middle of the field, and he is brought down inside the Panther 10-yard line at the 9-yard line. So run there by Houston. Houston cutting back and forth trying to find some room, and he's finally brought down, but does get the first down on that run.
You know, the Elks criticize, as we talked about it in the game, for running up scores and whatever. You know, when you're putting in your freshmen, your sophomores, and your guys that don't play very often at all, you know, and you're still moving the ball down the field, there's nothing in this season with 1 loss, and it's just a big 6-point loss, which really standing team. He's awesome, and that's, you know, that's the key to this, is getting that experience, and that's what they're trying to do with the players now.
As Carpenter goes in the motion to the near side of the field, Hawk takes the snap, rolling out to the near side of the field, looking to pass, and he does. Lost the pass. It's going to be out of the reach of J.D. Kennard. Kennard had no chance of that one. The ball floated about 7 yards out of bounds in the back of the end zone on the near side of the field. And Hawk and Kennard not connecting on every pass like we have been seeing in the previous weeks from this Elk offense.
Kennard, I think, is just going back to that huddle every time. He's going to pass the ball, and we want a touchdown. He's come close 3 times now, put himself within 3 yards. 3 yards or less, 3 times in a row now. He wants a touchdown.
As Hawk is under center, he takes the snap, gives the ball to Huston. Huston wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by the Panther defense. Looks like Chad Rosal, to make the stop for the North Panthers behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 3rd and, I believe, 3rd and goal. Was that? And it's going to be a little bit harder than 10 yards on this play, as it's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. The Elks have to march 12 yards to get this one in the end zone with 4:32 remaining. As Hawk has 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field. Frankie Robbins on the near side, J.D. Kennard on the far side of the field. Hawk picks it up, rolling out to the far side of the field, avoids one tackler, still on his feet, throws a pass over the middle of the field. It's going to be caught by J.D. Kennard, and they're going to signal that one a touchdown as Kennard is sliding in the back of the end zone. Hawk doing a great job avoiding the tackler. Juan Gaston almost surprised Hawk as Hawk was faking the handoff and rolling out to the far side of the field, avoided one tackler, and kept his poise and composure, lofting that one up for Kennard. Kennard making a sliding grab, bringing that one for the touchdown. So on his 4th time of almost getting in the end zone, or his 3rd time, 3 previous times almost trying to get in the end zone, finally gets one and puts the Elks up by a score of 48-9 as Nugent comes out to take this kick, and he puts another one in through the uprights for the Elks. So the Elks are up by a score of 49-0 with 4:16 remaining in this first half of play. The Elks just dominated on both sides of the ball here tonight. And just a little reminder that tomorrow, 32 Clayton Brim, number 2 Raymond Kemp, and number 22 Jonathan Glass. Glass, you might remember, bobbled the last kick. As Nugent's going to send this one to Glass once again. Glass trying to run over to catch that one. Bounces about the 15-yard line, slips a bit, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and that's going to bring up a penalty on the Elks. As Nugent's kicking that one out of bounds. Just barely looked like Glass was going to try and field that one, but he slipped because it was
time in. That's why you put your full years in, because you want him playing on Friday night.
That's right, and it's coming down to the last couple games of the season for these Elk seniors. As Story takes a snap, gives it to Brim, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage by the Elk defense. Number 58, Rob Brown, to make the stop for the Elks. Information that you would like on the Elks football program. Get all the same info Chip and I use up here in the booth for the games. So that's elksfootball.com on the World Wide Web. As Marcus Story fakes the handoff to Brim, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by the Elk defense. Nice job there by one of the Elk defenders. I do not see who it was right now, but nice job to grab him by the shirt and not let go.
The Panther offense is almost stopped being tired and worn out. They're not hustling anymore. They're not getting the job done from the 30. That's going to show. They're working the tails off. Most of these guys playing on both sides of the ball. They're down 49-0, and there's still 3 minutes left here in the first half. These guys are getting frustrated more now.
And Story's got one right on the near side of the field. The pitch to Kemp. Kemp trying to find his way out to the near side of the field, and he does, and he's brought down by A.J. Foulk. To the tackle, or first one to the ball on that one, but it's going to bring up a 4th and I believe 10 for the Panthers, as Kemp could not eat tonight. I mean, you've seen him on both sides of the field, or both sidelines, being the first one of the ball here and there, and just playing an outstanding game here tonight. As looks like Brandon Peck's going to be standing back to receive this one for the Elks. Griffith not getting much action here tonight, as the kick from the Panthers, a low kick, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. However, there is a flag on the play. I'm not sure what it is yet. As Kennard is split out wide to the far side of the field there, Carpenter is in motion to the near side of the field, and Hawk takes a snap, gives the ball to Griffith. Griffith trying to find some room to run to. He's wrapped up on the line of scrimmage, number 45 right there, Chad. He's holding on to his leg, and Griffith only can fall forward for a gain of about 2 yards.
Stay tuned here at the end of the half for the One Stop Elks halftime show. And the key favor and the coach, Jason Mitchell, is open to go to a game summary, catch you up on some of last week's highlights, catch you up on some of the rest of the games coming ahead. It's right here. A minute and a half or so with the coach, Jason Mitchell, and Adam Keefer. What's up, all Islam halftime show?
As Hawk takes snap, he's rolling out to the far side of the field, fires a pass out on the far side sideline, caught, and driven out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Not sure who the reception was out there. I believe it was Kennard, and Hawk connecting, and Hawk throwing a fine pass out of the far side. That was quite a bullet, right in the numbers of Kennard. Kennard doing a really good job after the play to get about 15 more yards after the catch, so it's going to move the for the Elks.
The biggest thing that hurt Kennard is he was slow down to catch the ball. He had to come to almost a dead stop. That gave the Panthers time to catch up with him and get to him. Panthers quick guys. It doesn't take much for them to catch up with this offense.
As Griffith going in motion to the far side of the field, Hawk takes the snap, gives the ball to Huston. Huston running out to the far side sideline, and he is driven out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, but not after he gets another yardage for the first down. As time continues to wind down in this first half of play, the Elks are 49-0 over the Springfield North Time Panthers. Looks like the Elks are going to try and maybe punch another one in before the half.
They might do that right now. They've already scored 49 points. That's more than they've scored in half so far yet this year. They're very close to putting another one in, putting the score up just a little bit more.
As Hawks under center calling his shots right now. It's going to take the snap, give the ball to Huston. Huston trying to find some room. Excuse me, the ball's given to Griffith on a reverse kind of thing. And man, Hawks doing a good job of figuring me out tonight. As Huston looked like he had the ball. Actually, I should give some credit to those Elk backs as they are wrapping it up, looking like they have the ball, trying to carry it up the field, and confusing each and every one of us up here, and especially on the Springfield defense as to who has the ball. As looks like the Elks are going to line up with two wideouts on the the field on the far side. Huston in the backfield. Carpenter in the tight end position for the Elks. Hawk steps under center, calling his shots for the Elks. As Carpenter goes into motion on the far side of the field. Ball given to Huston. Huston trying to find some room out on the far side of the field. He's wrapped up after getting about 4 yards on the play as time continues to wind down in this first half.
About 26 seconds and ticking away here. The Elks moving quickly. I mean, they want to put the ball in. Pushing enough. Come in the second half. Let some little guys get in there and get the job done. In fact, they're really rushing around to get organized. I hope the Elks still make some mistakes. 12 seconds ticking away here.
As Hawk calling his shots, steps back, gives the ball to Griffith, I believe, and Griffith's not going to get enough to get into the end zone for the Elks. As time's going to tick off this clock. Excuse me, the Elks, I believe, are going to call a timeout here with 2 seconds remaining in the first half. Kind of a bit of a surprise right there.
That is a surprise. I wouldn't expect the Elks to struggle that much to get the ball here. I would figure they'd just call it quits, end up 49-0 here.
The first half play, the Elks are looking very, very strong so far in the game on both sides of the ball. As it's a beautiful night out here to play football. The field conditions are a little bit, iffy out there. Many of the players slipping all over the field. As that could be a factor later on in the game. Another factor I'd like to mention would be that Springfield North has many players playing on both sides of the ball here tonight. And we've already seen Ty Myers. I don't know if he was pulled out of the quarterback position because of some of the plays that he made, or just because he was getting a little bit tired and they needed to get another guy in there. But, becoming tired might be a little bit of a factor here for the North High Panthers.
Ty not playing on either side of the ball. He's on the sideline right now, and I think being able to keep players on both sides of the ball, he would be in here with 2 yards before I'd say it's about 3 yards.
As Hawk's going to take a snap and down that one as time just ticks off the clock. And your Centerville Elks are up by a score of 49-0. Stay tuned for the one-stop Islam halftime report right here on 1.5. You are listening to Elks football on WCWT.
So there's drinks downstairs.
Okay.
I didn't see any drinks, so you find the drinks.
He said refreshments are downstairs, so.
Waiting. Nugent's kick will be number 42, Clayton Spence, number 2, Raymond Kemp, and number 11, Ty Myers. Myers back in the ballgame for the North Panthers. We received word that he was taken out of the game because, they wanted to rest him up for the, next following weeks of the game. This Kemp fields the ball at the 18-yard line, tries to run right up a big pack of middle of the field there. Just about every one of the players from both teams standing right in the middle of the field. Kennard trying to make his way right up the middle of that. Didn't get many yards. They're going to start the ball on their own at 29-yard line. 11:55 remaining in this third quarter.
Elks football in 101.5 is brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon. The One Stop Auto Salon is located in the heart of Centerville, State Route 48, directly behind the Women's Air and Space Museum.
And North's going to start this half out with 2 wideouts on each side of the field. Myers takes a quick step back in the pocket, pass out to the far side sideline to Kemp. Kemp avoids one tackler, then he's quickly hit by A.J. Not after a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Hawk ran quite a hit out on the far side of the field to, I believe, number 2, Raymond Kemp. So Myers coming off a run and completing his first pass from the line of scrimmage in this second half of play. As North's going to line up with 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field, and it looks like the officials are going to stop the clock right here because Raymond Kemp took quite a hit on the last play from A.J. Hawk. And 2 wideouts split on each side of the field. Myers in at the quarterback position for the Panthers, and Clayton Brim wearing number 42, standing in the backfield for the Panthers as Myers calling out his shots. Now takes a snap, hands the ball off to Brim. Brim wrapped up quickly on the line of scrimmage by the Elk defense. A number of players in there to make the stop for the Elks. And Brim has nowhere to get to throughout the night. That has been the case for the Panther offense.
Don't miss technical difficulties this Monday with Dan and Tyler. This week's show will include Prank of the Day.
About a half yard. It's going to be third and 4.
We'll bring you a song by the doors at the top of every hour. So check out technical difficulties this Monday and every Monday on WCWT 101.5 FM Centerville.
And North's going to line up in the same formation, 2 wideouts on each side of the field. Brim in the backfield. Myers takes a step back in the pocket, fakes the pass out to the near side of the field. He's looking downfield. He launches a pass way out to the near side of the field, out of the reach of Eli Williams. And Williams standing about 6'4". Had quite a reach out there. Could not quite bring it in. Delaney on the coverage for the Elks. Myers threw a bullet to the near side sideline, way downfield, and it looked to be really good pass just out of the reach of Williams.
Going to bring up a 4th down and 4.
One of the best passes
From the
we've seen.
35-yard
Just a
line.
little bit over. And the Elks have corrected their mistakes as far as overthrowing and underthrowing, and started hitting the receivers. But North has just not gotten it down tonight.
And North's going to stay in that formation of 2 wideouts on each side of the field. Joey Davis in motion. Myers takes a couple steps back in the pocket. Decides to keep himself, tries to bust right up the middle of the field. And it looks like he's going to have just enough for the first down. That wasn't 4th and 4. The Panthers have not yet converted tonight on a 4th down play. And it's going to be a first down. So the Panthers coming up big on that last 4th down conversion. The first one they've converted tonight as time continues to tick off in this third quarter play.
That's very important to come out of the first half. The Panthers like to put a score on the board. They need to have some motivation to keep playing through this second half. Nothing. It's not good for your team to just completely give up. This Elks team, they just don't lay down and die. They're going to keep scoring. They've got their first string in, their third string in.
And Myers fakes handoff, pitches out to Kemp. Kemp running out the near side of the field. He's wrapped up right there by number 57, Sam Block. Block, a nice tackle, but not after about a gain of about 3 yards on the play for Kemp. Kemp back in the ball game for the Panthers, shaking up a couple plays ago. Looks like he's running well again.
Took a little break. I don't know. I think you're right. I think he was just a little shaken up. I'm looking to see, but
Gain of about 3 seconds, 7.
He had a long night. He's probably just coming down with a lot of aches and pains.
As Myers under center right now, takes his snap, dropping back in the pocket, looking to pass, and he decides to give himself, and he passes in the hands of Mike Delaney. Delaney makes an interception, and he's finally brought down about the Springfield North 43-yard line. Nice grab there by Mike Delaney. Delaney sticking up his one hand and bringing it in finally with the other. Nice interception there by the Centerville Elks defense. Excuse me, that was A.J. Hawk. Sorry, I saw the 4 in the jersey. Assumed it was Delaney, but it was A.J. Hawk. A.J. Hawk had another outstanding week at the defensive linebacker position. 3 weeks consecutively being the defensive back of the week and playing well tonight. As Redlin going into motion, Hawk takes the snap, gives the ball off to Carpenter. Carpenter busts out to the far side sideline. He's wrapped up by the North defense. Ty Myers finally bringing him down after a gain of about 5 yards on the play. So, the Elk defense getting it done here tonight, creating turnover after turnover and allowing their offense to capitalize on those opportunities.
That would be the first interception of the night. But there has been at least, 4 or 5 maybe other passes that should have been intercepted right in the hands of Ailes, right in the hands of couple of passes that really should have been picked up.
And the ball is handed off right up the gut of the Panther defense to Ray Huston. Huston refuses to go down, gets more than enough for the first down. He is brought down at the Panthers 30-yard line to move the chains once again for the Elks, as there is only 8:39 remaining in this third quarter of play. The Elks offense looking very, very strong, doing what they want on the offensive side of the ball here tonight.
Just keep on moving down the field, keep the clock running. I know one of the coaches on his way back up to the box was saying, you just said go clock. They want the clock to keep moving, they want to get this game over with and get a victory on the board.
As Carpenter goes and moves the ball handed off to Ray Huston. Huston good for a couple yards on the play. And he's going to get about yards on the play as he is down at about the 26-yard line of the Springfield North Panthers. And it looks like some of the younger guys or some subs are coming in for the Elks, as Kennard's going to be split out wide to the near side of the field. And Houston's going to be the lone back for the Elks as Hawk brings his unit back up to the line of scrimmage. He's calling his shots. And he steps back in the pocket and he hands that one off to Carpenter. Carpenter finds a little bit of room to run with, gets just enough for the first down. And that's going to move the chains once again for the Elks. So Carpenter doing a good job to make use of the space and room he had to get enough yards for the first down.
Carpenter, an outstanding player. Played really well last year. Bring out this year, kind of slow the first couple of games. These past 3 games, he's really stepped up, got the job done. He's been improving week by week, picking up more and more yards as he goes along.
And the Elks are going to have J.D. Kennard spill out to the far side field. Redlin goes into motion. The ball faked off as Hawk tips in the pocket, throws a pass out to Kennard, making a leaping catch. And he's not going to have any of his feet inbounds, and the official's going to signal that one incomplete. Hawk not doing a bad job faking the handoff, stepping out of the pocket, but the pass was not quite on the mark to Kennard, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Elks.
A little reminder tomorrow, the Lady Elks soccer, the 12-0-1 record this year. They're number 1 in the state and ranked nationally. Take on Toledo at tomorrow at 2 p.m. at home at Centerville Soccer Stadium.
As the ball is handed off to Ray Huston. Huston finds some room and gets to the end zone for a score for the Centerville Elks. So Huston scores once again for the Elks with a 15-yard touchdown run. With 7:07 remaining in this third quarter of play, the Elks go up by a score 55 over the Springfield North Panthers. The Elks ground game doing it here tonight as they've been running all over the North defense.
Another little reminder to go along with the Lady Elks. The Lady Elks soccer game against Wayne has been rescheduled for this Monday, October 19th at 7 p.m. Admission to the game is free. You can listen to the game right here on 101.5.
And Nugent's kick is up and good once again, so the Elks go up by a score of 56-0. 7:07 remaining in the third quarter play. The Elks looking very Raymond Kent and Grim for the Panthers. So Nugent getting a little bit of a break as his leg has got quite a break here tonight. Kennard's going to be kicking this one away for the Elks.
If you want to get all the information that Maddie and I use, head to elksfootball.com on the World Wide Web. Elksfootball.com covers all Elks football, the entire program from freshman to varsity.
As Kennard's kick's going to bounce and roll out of bounds is going to be another penalty flag for the Elks. A number of kicks by the Elks side have floated out of bounds, and Kennard knocking that one out, so it's going to give the Panthers a 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line with 7:05 remaining in this third quarter of play. And the Elk defense going to be looking to put another stop on the Panther offense as Ty Myers brings his unit back out onto the field. And the Elk defense looking very, very strong tonight.
7:05 left here in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Springfield North Panthers.
And Myers is going to have 2 wideouts on each side of the field. Looks like Brent Upshaw and Eli Williams out on the near side, and Clayton Brim in the backfield for the Panthers. Myers fires a pass out the near side sideline to Williams. Williams catches the ball, breaks upfield, but not getting too much yardage on the play. Myers taking one quick step back in the pocket, firing that ball out to the near side sideline, and it's going to be a good for a completion of about 7 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Panthers with 6:58 remaining in the third quarter play.
For football and the beef, listen every Friday to the Beef Stew at 4 p.m. where Mike and Adam will give you the best ingredients to the secret stew. So listen to these bad boys cook up your favorite music.
And Myers steps up under center right now, calling his shots. as he steps back in the pocket, gives the ball to Brim, trying to find some room to run to. Makes use of what he has, and he's finally dragged down by Sam Locke. And another Elk defender right there. Good job, A.J. Hawk, that is, on the tackle for the Elks. Not giving up, refusing to let go of that leg. And Brim does get the first down for the Panthers. Not doing a bad job with the space and time he had there.
The boys and girls cross country team headed to WL tomorrow afternoon here at Springfield North. The boys are ranked 3rd in the state and the girls are ranked 9th in the state. So head out here to support your Elks.
And Myers passes down the near side 30-yard line. There's one man to beat. He's at the 10, the 5, and he is tripped up by Mike Delaney just before he gets in the end zone. And Delaney making a touchdown saving tackle right there for the Elks. Adam Hazenfield trying to dive and grab the ankles of Williams before at about the 15-yard line, just not quite getting it. And Delaney diving with everything he had, it just tripped him up before he went into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Panthers are going to have a 1st and 10 on the 1-yard line.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, man. He was barely touched, but he went down fairly hard.
And it looks like the Panthers are going to get in for a touchdown. No word from the officials yet, and it is a touchdown for the Springfield North Panthers. So the Panthers put one in early on in this 3rd quarter as they get back into this game a bit. The score is now 56-6. Your Centerville Elks up, as looks like the Panthers might be going for 2 on this one. We're not sure. There have not been any personnel changes just yet.
That's the first time we've heard any excitement out of the North crowd. It's the, other than their big hit on Sam Locke, that 2 times in one game.
And Marcus Story takes the snap, passes out to Davis. Davis goes right up the middle of the field in the end zone with a 2-point conversion for the Panthers. Play right there by the Panthers. Story in at the quarterback, and Story takes the snap in the game. That's the only other kickoff they've had, and it was successful for them on the first try. So we're going to wait and see how this one's going to go. It looks like Kyle Bacon's going to line up to kick this one away for the Panthers. Or excuse me, not Kyle Bacon. Number 52, and it's going to be another onside kick. It's going to be fielded there by the Elks. Looks like Ray Houston is going to catch that one and make his way all the way to the 39-yard line, 40-yard line. Panthers, Houston doing a good job right there, keeping his composure. The ball came into his hands, and he ran for a good 15 yards after he caught that ball.
Houston really wanted to get up. He had nothing but wide open spaces in front of him. He really wanted nothing more than to get that foot up in front of him, his body straight back up and get down the field. Just couldn't do it. He was falling over a little too much. He kept his feet driving. Excellent job by Ray Houston.
And the Elk offense will start 1st and 10 on the North 40-yard line with 6:11 remaining in this 3rd quarter of play. Griffith's going to go into motion. Hawk rolling out the near side field. Pitches to Griffith's going to be a bad pitch. Just going to barely get to that ball. And Griffith almost did not come up with that. That's going to put them back another 10 yards. So it's going to put them back at midfield. Going to bring up a 2nd and 20. Hawk trying to bring dragged down as he was letting go of the ball, and Griffith not there to get it. Barely dove on it after he was being chased after 2 players. So the Elks lucky not to turn that ball over right there.
Horrible feeling for Griffith to know that ball's just a few yards away and he's laying flat on his face. Did an excellent job to get himself up to the ball, get right on the ball.
As Hawk takes a snap and he's rolling to the far side of the field. Decides to keep himself. Is going to be good for a gain of 7 yards on the play. And Hawk and his Centerville Elk offense in both halves. In the first half they came out a little shaky. It took them a couple minutes to get started and get things going. Here in the 3rd quarter, they started out a little strong, but they did have this little mental lapse right here where they did give up that 10 yards, that little miscommunication there between Hawk and Griffith, as the Elks are going to have one split out wide to the far side of the field. And Griffith in motion, Hawk fakes the handoff, and he's being rushed by Juan Gaston. And Hawk lets go a deep pass to Kennard. Kennard's going to be there with Kemp, and Kemp bats it away just in the end zone. And Kennard very, very upset with himself or the referee staying out on the...
It looked like it was decent coverage to me. It didn't look like there should have been a flag. Kennard was open for one, and he was just frustrated with himself flat out because the ball was right there.
And Kennard not ready for the snap on this last play, and he's going to be wrapped up in Centerville Elk territory. The Elk coaches will be happy about this one. We see Coach Greg a little disgusted on the far sideline for the Elks.
I'm thinking Kennard's head was just a little bit away from kicking the ball. He's still concerned, caught up on that last play. He should have caught that pass, and he's not the ball on those things.
And Kyle Bacon makes a catch for the North High Panthers at the 15-yard line. He had the inside step on number 24, Tamaska, and Myers unloading a long pass downfield to Kyle Bacon. Bacon cut across the middle of the field and making the catch at the 15-yard line. Going to give them a first and 10 on the Elk 15-yard line with 4:57 remaining in this third quarter play as the North High Panthers have picked it up. As of late on the offensive side of the ball, they have 4 wideouts, and the ball's going to be handed off to Clayton Brim, chipped up on the line of scrimmage, and brought down by number 40, Braner. Bring up a second and I believe about 10 on the play for the Panthers.
They're pumping now. Their adrenaline's running. They just want to put some more points in the game.
And Myers not doing a bad job on the passing game here tonight as Kemp's going into motion for the Panthers. And Flax on stopped the play before he can get it away, and Adam Kiefer signaling for a false start on the North High Panthers, and it is going to be a false start on the Panthers. Going to drive them back. Going to bring up a second and I believe about 14 on the play for the Panthers. So just when they had the momentum going in their favor, they were stopped by a penalty as Kemp goes into motion for the Panthers. Meyer takes the snap, takes the handoff, pitches out to Kemp. Not a pretty pitch, but Kemp handles it. He's running to the near side of the field. There's too many to beat. He's brought down by Brian Florky out on the near side of the field, driven out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, and that's going to be just shy of the first marker. So the Elks are Elk defense conceding a little bit of space and time here to the North Panthers, and the Panthers not willing to just die and roll over in this game.
Elks football on 101.5 is brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon. The One Stop Auto Salon is located on State Route 48 in the heart of Centerville, directly behind the Women's Air and Space Museum. Head to the One Stop Auto Salon for all your automotive needs.
And the ball handed off to Raymond Kemp. Kemp bounces off a few tacklers here and there, and he's finally brought down as he tried to cut back across the middle of the field. But it looks like it's going to be enough for the first down for the North High Panthers, and with 3:36 remaining in this third quarter, the Elks are up by a score of 56-8 as the Panthers are trying to climb desperately back into this game, inch by inch, and their passing game getting it done for them right now.
Make sure you listen to Marissa and Allison every weekday from 3 to 4. They're the 2 hottest chicks in the whole school.
As Myers decides to keep himself and he gets in the end zone for a score for the North High Panthers. So Myers taking the handoff. The running back there, I believe, Clayton Grimm doing a good job of pulling the defense with him, and Myers keeps the ball himself, runs in the end zone for a score on the near side sideline. Last time, Marcus Story taking the snap for the Panthers, finding for Joey Davis open, who converted the 2-point conversion. And Story passed out to Myers on the far side of the field. Myers passes into the end zone, and that's going to fall just short of Raymond Kemp. I have not seen something like that before out of any high school team, actually, to tell you the truth. Story taking a snap, passing it out to Myers. Myers passing it into the end zone to Kemp. He was all alone past it would hurt them if they lost it. Frankie Robbins coming up with the ball on the outside kick and bouncing over the head of Ben Ailes. Ailes cannot hold as Robbins, the hands on the field for the 45-yard line. Going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Elks with a very, very good field position starting off this third drive of the second half.
That was nearly a lucky bounce for North there. The ball was going right towards Ben's hands. Nobody was going to drop on it, be done with it. The ball jumped off a rock or something straight up in the air. Lucky Frank Robbins was right there to take care of the ball.
As Hall takes it now, gives the ball to Huston. Huston trying to find some room on the far side of the field, and he's making his way out to the sideline. He gets about 5 yards on the play and finally driven out of bounds. And actually the officials are going to give him about 7 yards on the play. He was driven out of bounds by the North defense and a second and 4 for the Elks with a 3:13 remaining in this third quarter play.
And then you think right here the Elks need to step it up, put the ball in and reaffirm who the boss is. Right now, South is running off of pure adrenaline, running real well. North, running off of pure adrenaline. The Elks need to show him who's boss, and this is a good time to do it.
As Houston takes a handoff and goes right up to the North defense, and he gets more than enough for the first down, and they're going to roll him down by they stop the play, forward motion, thank you, Chip. I did not study up on the football terms here tonight, but Houston get enough for the first down. Change once again for the Elks. The Elks score 56-14. North High Panthers jump back in this one with 2 strikes from the air. Early or late in this third quarter as Carpenter goes into motion, the far side field. Hawk takes the snap and gives the ball to Redlin, and Redlin gets up the middle of the middle of the field for a gain of about 8 yards on the play for the Elks. So Redlin getting it done. He has had 2 touchdowns in this game. both from short yardage, but busted right off the line in the end zone for both of those scores.
The Elks really need to emphasize in the second line. They need to play well tonight. They need to be brushing up on their skills for the next 2 weeks. And really point out how the next 2 weeks actually they need wins out of all 3 games, so their playoff hopes are going to be very, very good.
And mishandles the snap a bit, and Carpenter gets the ball as he brings it out to the far side of the field. He's brought down just shy of the first down mark. It's going to be a 30 and short for the Elks. 2-5 remaining this year.
Back to the line discussion on the playoff. They need to win these next 3 games. They need to pick up the points. The point system. Cincinnati more big time points from their win last year. Young can above the Elks, putting them in 5th place in the region. Elks dropping to 6th. They need to be in 4th to pick up the playoff bid. Elks need big wins.
As Huston takes the handoff from Hockey, busts out to the far side of the field. He's going to get into the end zone for the Centerville Elks, and that's another score for the Elks as Huston makes another great run for the Centerville Elks. Going to get a 33-yard touchdown run for Reed Huston. Huston had a 54-yard run early on in the first half, and Huston doing a good job tonight running the football. He's making use of what he has, and he was kind of pinned on the far side sideline, but just what he had, broke up the sideline for the touchdown for the Elks.
Hawk back there, not really paying much attention to the play, more concerned about looked almost like he was looking for a roughing pass call in the past 2 plays. He was discussing things with the ref. The ref was talking to him, maybe explaining why he didn't get the call, but it's odd to see a quarterback not paying attention to any play.
And Nugent's extra point attempt going to be up and good, and that's going to put the Elks up by a score of 63 to 4 points right now.
The Elks, I'm sure, will get that tonight, if not keep it a little bit more than it was.
Nugent's going to hit this one away for the Elks as he drives one deep back to Clayton Brimmer's midfield about the 10-yard line. Griffith trying to cut back across the middle of the field. And he has no room to run to his AJ Hawks there to meet him at the 25-yard line. Bringing down a number of other players from the special teams unit. And the Elks defensive team coming back out onto the field once again as Myers and Carpenter come back out on the field for the North Panthers with 1:26 remaining in the third quarter.
The Elk offense, as I said, need to step up. Show they did. Elk defense need to step up and show this offensive process. They really need to shut them down. The offensive line, they want to be putting points on the board, and that doesn't make the Elk team look very good. They need to step up and shut these guys down.
That's right. The Elks, caught sleeping a bit on the last two long pass plays by the North Panthers as Myers drops deep back in the pocket, looking downfield. Myers pass on the near side, the far side sideline. It's going to bounce lead down the far side of the field at about the 35-yard line. Kyle Lakey not cut back and catch out. When Myers passes a little bit short here and there, not quite them out there. He does have quite a strong arm, as he showed early on in the second half of play as he launched a pass down to Williams in the near side sideline. So he has that ability to throw downfield. However, he could not get quite enough on that last pass. As Myers takes a snap, gives the ball to Brim. Bounces off one tackler on the line of scrimmage. He comes back out to the far side of the field, finally brought down after gaining 4 yards on the play. On a 3rd and 6 for the Panthers with a minute 12 remaining in this third quarter.
Elk football on 105 won't stop all this line.
Third and 6 from the 30.
And Myers under center, he has Kemp in motion. Brim gets it, fakes the handoff. Myers launches the pass down the near side sideline. Going to be caught by Williams on the near side of the field over Jason Flowers. And Flowers finally brings it down about the 7-yard line. Looks like Williams had a bit of an advantage on there. Myers has been doing a spectacular job in this second half so far. With his passing game, and there's going to be a flag before the play can get started. Looks like Danny Faust is going to jump a little bit offside before the snap, and that's going to be a penalty against North. It's going to bring up a 1st and 15. That's 33 seconds into the third quarter.
Be sure to listen to WCWT every Monday night from 7 to 10 as the Big Bad Beefcakes lay down the smack on evildoers everywhere.
That's right. Tune in to Big Bad Beefcakes, Matt and Andy Monday nights. You can catch all the greatest modern and classic rock. Evan Myers takes a snap, rolling out to the far side of the field, looking, passes over the middle of the field, picked off by A.J. Hawk. Hawk has it about the 45, 50, the 40, the 35, the 30 has one man to beat. That's Myers. Myers trying him out of bounds at about the 27-yard line of the North Panthers. Myers thought he had kept cutting across the middle of the field. Hawk read that one and picked him off. He had one man to beat. There's a flag down on the play. Hawk had that one man, Myers lead. Myers so quick out to the far side of the field though, and Hawk is having an incredible game. We cannot say that enough, as he has been doing it everywhere.
Ben, Jason, I hate to say it, boys, I have a new idol. This guy is amazing. A freshman, I've never seen a guy play as a freshman like this on a varsity spot. I've seen a guy play on a freshman against freshman teams like this. Excellent job by Hawk. Fourth week in a row. He's my vote.
That's right. He has been laying hit after hit on the defensive side of the ball, finally picking that one off. He's just getting it done on the field for the Elks. He's only a freshman. He has 3 more years at the varsity level, and that valuable experience he's getting this year is just going to carry on through his high school career. We do not know, as right now what he's going to do with his career, but I have a feeling it's going to be a very promising one for A.J. Hawk.
No doubt for both the Hawk boys. Brian with 1 more year, moving on to college. A.J. with 3 more years ahead of him. Nothing but high hopes for those guys.
And the ball handed off right up to go to the Panther defense, and looks like Brad Bailey's going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage and dropped for actually a loss of maybe a yard on the play. And time winds down in the third quarter play. So Centerville Elks are up by a score of 63-14. You're listening to Centerville Elks Field North High School in Springfield. Your Centerville Elks are up by a score of 63-14. From the 33-yard line. As Redlin has, Brad Bailey in motion the ball. He decides to keep himself. He breaks out to the near side of the field, and he's brought down after getting about 12 yards on the play. And good run there by Redlin, decided to keep himself. He did have Bailey out on the outside for the option, but just chose to keep himself.
Maddie, on Monday nights, I know you guys are laying your smackdown big bad beefcakes. But the question I've been asked a couple times this week by some lovely ladies, how do you pick the big bad beef chick? Where is that? Is that random? What are you guys looking for in a big bad beef chick?
Well, it kind of comes at the moment, we're just sitting there thinking, a lot of it is, actually, hold on a second, as that Nugent takes a snap right up the middle of the field, loses his footing on the soggy field at about the 8-yard line. Nugent had the entire field in front of him, just lost his footing, tripped up, and, he came off that line of scrimmage just like a bullet and just cut right up the middle of the field and, got inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be a first and goal for the Elks with 11:24 remaining in this game. And Nugent just could not keep his feet to get in the end zone.
Word has it Nugent's got a set of the strongest legs on the team, and I'll tell you what, maybe he started out doing himself. All of a sudden his legs just dropped. And, I don't know if that had to do with the soggy field or overpowering himself, but he was flying. All of a sudden he just hit the ground.
And Nugent, I would have to say, one of the stronger guys on the team. He's not a real tall guy, but he is built like a rock. I mean, you go around and you see this kid at school and you're like, wow. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, he's a really big kid. He's a strong kid and a lot of explosiveness off the line for the Elks. And looks like Redlin's going to stay in to take this snap for the Elks as Bailey's and Moody McLean's from line the near side of the field, and a little bit harder on the offensive line, I believe, going to draw the Panther defensive line off sides. So no official word from the officials just yet. It's going to be a full start on the Elks. Going to drive it back 5 yards. It's going to be a first and goal on the 16-yard line or 17-yard line of the North Panthers with 10:50 remaining. Back to the thing, but local ladies are very, we like that. So
do you take applications?
No, it's not an application process. We'll take callers. That's what it is. As Redlin takes the snap, gives the ball to Nugent. Nugent finds a hole in the offensive line, still on his feet, and he's brought down about the 5-yard line of the Panthers. And good run there by Nugent. Nugent, zigzagging in and out of every defender there on the field, and finally brought down at the 5-yard line. Going to bring up a second down and 5 for the Elks. Second down and goal for the Elks.
I'm glad you take phone calls, Matt, because I was concerned. Because if you're going to make it a nationwide thing, you don't know every girl.
That's right.
You want to honor as many people. So people, if you're listening, ladies, if you want to be a big bad beef chick, guys, if you want to nominate your girlfriend as a big bad beef chick, give the big bad beefcakes a call.
That's right, and Nugent refusing to go down, gets in the end zone for a score for the Centerville Elks. So the Elks go up by a score of 69. I'm sorry, I cannot add. Looks like Kennard's going to come out to take the kick for the Elks. And the kick from Kennard is a nice high kick right through the uprights. As the Elks go up by a score of 70-14, tying their all-time scoring record, which is not something you see every day from high school football or any football team, for that matter, like college or I guess pro favorite team or not. But you know, college and high school, that's not something you see every day. As Nugent's going to line up to kick this one away for the Elks. Back to receive will be Clayton Raymond Kemp and Timmy Yancey for the Panthers. Yancey's going to let that one bounce. He's going to field it about the 8-yard line. Not going to let that one roll out of bounds. And he is going to be driven out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Looks like the official is just about to get his flag out there. The ball's rolling.
On a postseason play, if somebody gets hurt, if something happens, you got it back. They can go to the second or third string if they have to, and actually accomplish something with the second or third string. That's something that few teams can do, is accomplish something with their second string players.
That's right. The other players getting so much time out on the field here tonight, as Myers going to line up with two wideouts on each side of the field. Clayton in the backfield. Myers takes a step back in the pocket, looking to pass out on the near side of the field, and he passes over the middle of the field. It's going to be caught by Raymond Kemp, and he's in a crowd of people right there. Going to be good for a gain of 8 yards on the play. A number of Elk defenders right there in on the play for the Elks. And just a little reminder, every weekday morning, two very handsome gentlemen will make you laugh, cry, or to kick your best friend in the junk. That's Jeff and Jason every weekday morning. So tune in to 101.5, the morning show with Jeff and Jason. Very funny show. So check it out right here on the beef. As Myers takes a snap, hands it off to Brim. Brim trying to find some room on the offensive line, and he finally does. He gets the ball up for the first down. Going to be brought down by the Elk defense at the 31-yard line as time is down here.
Yeah. They've got stats from freshman up to varsity. So anything you want to know about the Elks football program, head to elksfootball.com.
And Myers pass incomplete out to out to the near side sideline to Raymond Kemp, as that's going to be just shy of the first down marker. Out to about the line and bring up a second and 2 for the Panthers, as the Elk defense will be looking to stop this ensuing drive of the Springfield North Panthers. As Myers takes a snap and drops back in the pocket, being chased by Rob Baumann. Lets a pass loose down the field. He's got Bacon just out of the reach of the near side sideline. Bacon making a diving effort for that one. Had his man beat Florky and Tamaska trying to cover him on that one, but just out of the reach of the outstretched arms of Kyle Bacon.
Andrew Tamaska giving it his all tonight, as he's done last week. Playing as much as he can. He has a chipped hip bone. Doctors told him it's going to hurt him one way or the other. There's nothing you can do about that after the season. It's his senior year. If he wants to play as much as he can. It was up to him. Terry choosing to give it his all. I saw him last week after the game to make it to their senior year and take home the state championship. Have a chance to take it home. And this Elks team wants that. They've been working way too long and way too hard for this. They want to win it this year.
That's right. As Myers takes a snap, decides to keep himself, and he's going to have just enough for the first down. Myers bouncing off a few players here and there, and he gets more than enough for the first down, as he just converted another 4th down for the Panthers. So the Panthers move the chains once again with 8:41 remaining in this game. Move the ball slowly but surely down the field, using a quaint air attack led by number 9 Myers. As Myers is going to he's going to receive the pass from Story, and he's going to look downfield for a receiver, and he does on the near side of the field, and he's going to throw that just short of number 7, Joey Davis. And that's something I've not seen. Usually we saw a little earlier on the 2-point conversion by the Panthers. Story coming in for at the quarterback position and giving that one to Myers to look downfield.
That a little bit of an odd play moving in the Elks there. It's successful. Yeah, but it's something we saw out of the Elks last week, I believe it was, coming out of it, throwing some odd things, the flea flicker, and then going with the reverse. Something you don't see out of the Elk offense. Sometimes that little change-up can be very beneficial to the team.
And the Panthers come right back with the same play once again. And Myers lets loose a long pass on the near side of the field. It's going to be just out of the reach of Raymond Kemp. And Myers has quite an arm and launched that one a good 50 yards out to the near side of the field. And but not quick enough to get to that pass, as Springfield North tried a couple times there with Story and Myers combination to try to change things up and try and confuse the Elk defense.
It was a good job by North there. Called not many teams would make that decision to pull such an odd play off twice. I know my freshman year as a freshman football player, we ran a play like that. I don't think we would have ever dared 2 times in a row.
As Myers takes snap, rolling off the far side field, looking to pass down, Finley lets loose a long pass down the near side to Joey Davis. Going to be incomplete as Davis falls out of bounds, making a grab. He thought he had it, but the officials signal otherwise. And the Elk defense, a little bit fortunate right there. This is going to force a 4th and 10 for the Panthers. It looks like they're going to just try and go for it in the late going of this game.
Now, I'm questioning this North strategy here. They almost seem like they're just giving up. They're going to throw 3 bombs, just see what happens, so they get lucky. If not, oh well, they turn the ball over. They just seem to not be playing and running football, moving the ball down the field for the score. They just want to put the ball in the end zone.
As Myers takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, being pressured a bit, he fires over the middle of the field. Williams makes a grab on the 45 yard line, breaks upfield, and he's now on the near side of the field, and he is brought down by Braner. Good tackle right there. The 16-yard line going to be a flag down on the middle of that. Not quite getting the tackle there as Williams a little bit about the 20-yard line, but Brad Peck
Tackle made by Brandon Peck. Penalty marker on the play.
Back by the original line of scrimmage. Be a holding call on bring this ball down.
That's right, the North coach kind of holding out his arms like, what kind of call is that? And the official's going to bring that one back. That was a big play for North. If they had converted that one, brought that one all the way down to the Elk territory at the 15-yard line, it would have been a big play, giving them a lot of momentum. But penalties, just hampering them and bringing them back. Now they're going to be faced with a 4th and 20 rather than a 4th and 10, and that's going to be more of a difficult position to dig themselves out of.
Ball on the 35.
7:51 here left in the game. Centerville Elks are up 70-14 over the North Panthers.
And looks like the Panthers are going to go for it once again. This is not something you see out of every high school team. The Panthers have gone for it more tonight than I think the Elks have gone for it on 4th down the whole season. As Joey Davis makes a grab at about the
Myers pass.
Elk 49, they're not going to be enough for the first down, so the Elks are going to take over with very good field position on their own 49-yard line with 7:32 remaining in this game. The Elks are up by a score of 7-18, and they can break that scoring record that they broke 2 weeks ago out at
Centerville will take over first and 10
Gets ready up soccer on 101.5.
on their own 49-yard
The
line.
Elks take on DeVito.
And the Lady Elks team also next Monday night will be taking on Redlin. That was a rescheduled game right there. And admission is free as Redlin takes a snap. Gives the ball to Bailey. Bailey wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. He also goes way back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Elks as time continues to wind down here on the clock. Some of the Elk players getting more time in right now.
Listen to Paul and Ryan before you watch the first game of the World Series Saturday night. They're the best modern and classic rock. It's from 6 to 8, only on 101.5 The Beat.
And Redlin in at the quarterback position for the Elks. Got 3 wideouts. 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. The ball's turned around, given 2. Adam Newton wrapped up quickly on the line of scrimmage by a number of players from the North squad. And as Newton trying to bust up the gut of the North defense, did not get too many yards on the play.
That's the one thing that Newton does best is bust up the gut. Those powerful legs just push right through there. You said it before, he's probably one of the stronger players on the team. Only a sophomore. He's overshadowed on the Springfield a lot by the
1, 3rd and 10 from midfield, called 9.5.
Newton's going to be a big guy in the future for the Elks.
That's right, as Redlin has Houston in motion and the ball getting off. Newton tries to bust right up to go to the North defense one more time, trying to go off the left tackle there. Do not get too many yards. Bring up a 4th and a 6 for the Elks. Probably look for them to punt this one away as Delaney and Nugent and a number of other players come out on the field. Nugent's going to punt this one away for the Elks.
Brad Wyndham on the bottom of that snap. 4th down.
I know they really wanted to watch what they do. I'm
Yancey goes deep for North.
criticizing they've gotten. Once again, they have a chance to break a scoring record and just keep breaking records this year. There's still plenty of time on the clock to get that done.
And Nugent sends a nice kick all the way back to the North 9-yard line, fielded by Kemp. Kemp trying to juke his way out of trouble down there, and has a number of Elk players there to make the stop for the special teams as the Elk defense trots back out onto the field. 5:42 remaining in this game. The Elks are up by a score of 70-14, and tying their scoring record of 2 weeks ago against Fairborn, and you know, the Elks have, as Chip just said, have been criticized for that in the paper and whatnot. But you know, I believe the statement by the Fairborn coach puts it all in perspective. He said that you can't complain about his players not making the plays. You can't criticize Bob Gray for his team going out with their third string people and getting the job done and their players not making the plays. It's their fault, it's not ours. And you know, I think that sums it up and puts it in perspective for you know, the average fan.
I have to give a lot of respect to that Fairborn coach for having you guys to say that too.
That's right, and Chris Mitchell wraps up Ty Myers behind the line of scrimmage. 4 loss of about 4 yards on the play. Mitchell met Myers right there as he was trying to roll out to the near side of the field. And another good stop there by Mitchell, one of the harder hitters on the team.
That's what I was saying. That takes a lot of guts to get out there and say, you know, hey, you're wrong. Really, the other team was just better than us. My team wasn't playing well. You know, they should have beat us by that much, if not more. You know, they were going for a record is another thing too. They weren't, you know, they stopped after they beat the record. You know, the Elks could have scored on several other occasions if they didn't. You know, I have a lot of respect for that Fairborn coach.
That's right. As Meyer takes the snap, rolling out to the near side of the field, being chased out of the pocket and hit by A.J. Hawk back in the end zone, and there's a flag down on the play. And that's going to be a safety for A.J. Hawk. Hawk getting it done tonight. We have said just all night long, Hawk had an interception, ran back for a number of yards, and one man to beat, finally driven out of bounds right there, knocking Myers back in the end zone. Safety. Hawk going, I believe, I almost positively just, you know, surely say this is going to be Hawk's 4th consecutive week as defensive back of the week for the Elks.
2 thumbs up is what I would say, Maddie. The Maddie K and Chip, Siskel and Ebert. 2 thumbs up going to A.J. Hawk there. 3 thumbs up coming from our producer Adam Keefe.
And that's going to make them kick this one away from their own 20-yard line. I would not doubt it if they would try another onside kick, as I believe all of their kicks have been tonight. There's only 4:55 remaining in this game, and the Elks are up by a score of 72-14. As North is going to be looking to kick this one away. Number 52, Patrick Schlichler, waiting to kick this one away for the Panthers. And he sends a low kick, fielded by Griffith at the 45-yard line. Griffith, good hands right there. Cuts back up the middle of the field. Still on his feet, looking out for the near side of the field, and finally wrapped up by a number of Panther players, but not after he got a gain of about 20 yards on the play. And brings it all the way back, actually about 30 yards, or 25 yards on the play. Brings it all the way back to where the ball was kicked from. And not a bad job by Griffith to try and weave his way in and out of a number of players on that last catch.
Not a bad job by Griffith. I'm not sure if maybe you heard us up here. He doesn't want status taken away from him. And Griff, you're not going to lose the status, baby. You're still number 1 up here, bud. You've played well all the years that I've been watching, and you know, still continue to do so. And once again, an excellent job by Jason Griffith.
And Thorndal goes into motion with the Elks. Bailey decides to keep himself, breaking out to the near side sideline. Has one man to beat, and he is brought down by number 6, Ty Walker, for the North Panthers. Snaps in towards the end of the game at the quarterback position. Oh man, he's got his his connection out on the near side sideline. Frank Robbins looking for them to hook up a little bit here. The Elks are going to have a first and goal on the Panthers' 6-yard line run by Bailey with 4:27 remaining in the game.
I'd like to see that hook up again. I know we saw it a couple times so far this year. Outstanding. The hookup with the futures have been calm. I'd like to see it again tonight.
As Bailey's under center, takes a snap, looks back, trying to run out to the near side of the field. He is quickly tripped up behind the line of scrimmage by a number of Panther defenders right there. Not getting much on the play, and it's going to bring up a second and goal for the Elks. Bailey really didn't have anything to work with right there. He was trying to cut out to the near side of the field as Mike Nugent comes into the game for the Elks at the fullback position. And Nugent, get a little tired of the kicking game, decides to come in and try his worth out here as an offensive back, as Newton going back for the Elks. And Bailey is under center right now. Takes the snap, hands the ball off to Newton. Newton cuts off the left tackle, and he breaks into the end zone for a touchdown for the Centerville Elks. So the Elks go up by a score of 78-14 with 3:30 remaining. Newton doing a good job right there, shuffling his feet back and forth and cutting right up the middle of the field into the end zone for a score for the Centerville Elks. So Newton putting them up by a score of 78-14 with 3:30 remaining in this game. The Elks looking very, very good. These are some of the younger guys on the team getting the playing time, and they are getting it done out on the field.
Let me remind you, that was our 3rd string quarterback that is in the football game right now, and that's outstanding. The fact that this Elks team, I said it before, for the future, yes. For now, we've still got 3 more games, and maybe beyond if we make the postseason. This Elks team needs to know that they can have a backup and set it up and get the job done.
As Kennard's going to come in and split the plates once for the Centerville Elks, and he's going to put the Elks up by a score of 79-14. Not up at all in this game. And looks like AJ Hawk's going to take the kick for the Elks. He sends a nice end-over-end kick. Going to fall a little bit short at about the 20-yard line. Field there by the Panthers. He's going to try and run it right up the gun of the Centerville special teams. Hawk doing it everywhere.
He's taking another step towards Wonder Boy status. I didn't know he could kick the ball, did you?
I had no clue.
He kicks the ball. He kicks the ball.
He runs the ball. He catches it.
He's amazing. He tackles people. He's taking the step. One more step to Wonder Boy status. And that, there's only a few players on Wonder Boy status, but to start getting that close as a freshman is amazing.
Wow. That's all I can say. And AJ Hawk just, all over the place tonight for the Elks. Intercepting the pass, causing a safety, kicking the ball away on the kickoff for the Elks. I mean, just doing absolutely everything for this Elk team. He's going to be such a valuable asset for them later on, in his high school career.
Can I say it wasn't a bad kick at all either? Maybe it wasn't Nugent or Kennard. This is the first kick I've seen the guy kick all year.
It was a nice kick as Story, takes a snap, hands it off to Joey Davis. Davis trying to find some room on the far side of the field. Quickly wrapped up right about the first down mark. Depending on where the officials are going to spot this one, the Panthers could or could not have a first down on that run, and it looks like they're going to move the chains for the Panthers. Not a back run there by Davis as a Story coming in to do the quarterbacking job for the Panthers.
Number 14,
Football on 101.5, brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon. One Stop Auto Salon is located on State Route 48, directly behind the Women's Air and Space Museum in the heart of Centerville, Ohio. And Story steps up under center, calling his shots right now. Got 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field. And looks like number 78 for the Springfield North Panthers, Mike Hartley, going to move a little bit early on the play. Going to be a false start on some of the Elk defenders offsides. And going to be a false start here. First and 15 with 2:48 remaining. In this game, the Elks are up by a score of 79-14. And running all over this Springfield North team as Story steps under center. He's got 2 wideouts, one on each side of the field in the I formation, 2 in the backfield. As the ball is handed off it's faked the handoff and pitch out there. Jonathan Glass. Glass breaks up the middle of the field. And he's stripped up there by number 25, Brandon Peck for the Elk defense. Glass getting back to the original line of scrimmage, going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
Number 22,
We're going to get the information that Katie and I use up here for all our stats and information. ElksFootball.com on the World Wide Web. ElksFootball.com is improving as we speak. Every time I get on there, they've got more information, better information. It's amazing. Head to ElksFootball.com on the World Wide Web.
As Story takes a snap, pitches it out to Joey Davis. Davis cuts back up the middle of the field, finds a hole right in the middle of the Elk defense, and Aaron Trebnick there to bring him down, saving probably a touchdown. What could have been a touchdown right there, bringing him down at about the 27-yard line, of the Centerville Elks. Davis doing a good job of cutting inside the Elk defense. One man beat, that was Trebnick, but Trebnick doing a good job there, muscling him down on the field.
Outstanding. Some of these guys are getting away, and I'll tell you what, this North team is much faster than our Elk team. But to be catching up with them, shutting them down, saving the touchdown from these second, third string players, this is what I like to see.
And the Panthers come out once again in the I formation, 2 in the backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 on each side of the field. And the ball handed off to number 10. 10 makes his way all the way to the 19-yard line of the Centerville Elks. Number 10, Donald Merriman on the carry for the Panthers right there. Just shy of the first down mark. Going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Panthers.
Kind of a risky play by the ball carrier there. As he's going out, he wanted to get that first down, sticks his arm out, palming the ball as he's going down. That's a good way to drop the ball. But he held on to it. That must have big, long fingers. Puts it down just short of the first down.
And Glass and Winden in the backfield for the Panthers. Ball handed off to Winden. Winden tries to cut right up together the Elk defense. Gets more than enough for the first down. Going to be down at about the 15-yard line with 53 seconds remaining in this game. The Elks are up by a score of 79-14. So I think it's pretty much safe to say the Elks have locked up their 4th straight WOL win. And they've got 3 more games after this one in the WOL. And hopefully some more games in the postseason if they get the job done. And hopefully this unit out on the field for the Elks can stop Story and company from moving 15 yards into the Elk end zone as he takes a snap and big handoff, launches the pass out to Brent Upshaw, is defended there by Gary Mesmer, number 42 for the Elks. Got a hand in there right before Upshaw could try to make the grab as there's only 48 seconds remaining in this game. The Elks up by a score of 79-14, playing very, very strong.
One last reminder that the Lady Elks soccer game against Wayne was rescheduled for this Monday, October 19th at 7 p.m. Admission to the game will be free. You can listen to the game right here at 101.5.
And Story takes a snap, pitches it out to Glass. Glass bobbles it a bit, tries to make his way out to the near side of the field. He is wrapped up and brought down by number 85, Nick Brigatti for the Centerville Elks. And Glass kind of bobbling that ball a little bit there. Probably made a few of his teammates a little bit uneasy. He couldn't bring that in, but did get a gain of about a couple yards on the play. Going to bring them in with them to the WOL. So then, go out tomorrow and support your Elks as Story brings his crew back out onto the field. And he steps back in the pocket, fakes the handoff, and it's intercepted by Brandon Peck. Peck brings in the pass and is brought down to about the 10-yard line. Nice job there by Brandon Peck to bring in that pass for the Centerville Elk defense. So the Elks regained possession with 31 seconds remaining. I can't stress enough, that was such a nice catch. Peck, not the biggest guy on the team, but leaping up and making that grab for the Centerville Elk defense.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. For these younger guys, that means everything in the whole world to pick up a varsity interception, pick up a varsity fumble, score a touchdown. You know, these guys are getting the playing times and they're accomplishing something. They're scoring, they're catching the ball, they're moving the ball downfield. Outstanding. You know what? I think at the end of the season, every single one of these players on the varsity team receive a varsity letter. I cannot even imagine why someone would not. They all deserve it. They're all a part of this team, and they've all put out an effort so far this year. Every single player.
That's right. And Brad Bailey going to be a quarterback for the Elks. He's going to have 3 wideouts, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. One of those on the near side will be Frank Robbins as Thorndal goes into motion. Bailey rolling out to the far side of the field, decides to cut back up the middle of the field himself, and gets almost enough for the first down. Being brought down just past the 20-yard line, and 22 seconds remaining in this game. The Elks are up by a score of 79-14 over the Springfield North Panthers as Bailey got more than enough for the first down and moves the chains for the Elks once again as this Panther team looks very worn out and tired here tonight as they've played a tough game against this Elk team as they have, only a few players in there. Some of the guys playing on both sides of the ball, that was a very big factor as Bailey pitches out to I believe David Serr trying to get out to the near side sideline, nailed by the North defense there, and that's going to do it here tonight. The Centerville Elks come out of Springfield North High School victorious with a 79-14 win. You are listening to Centerville Elks football, brought to you by the One Stop Auto Salon and for Chip Gray, Adam Kiefaber, and myself, we'd also like to thank Serr and David McCaskey back in the studios.